Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast where we're diving into tech trends' bold expansion into the US market. This Colombian tech company is making waves, and we'll be discussing the challenges and strategies they face as they enter one of the most competitive markets in the world. Joining me today is Emmanuel Benjumea, an expert in international tech strategy. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. Excited to break this down.
Well, let's start with the big question. The US tech market is notorious for being incredibly competitive. So, what are two key factors driving that competitiveness, and how does it compare to tech trends home market in Colombia?
Well, that's a great question. There are two main factors. So, the first is that the US tech market is fueled by intense levels of innovation and investment in research and development. Companies like Google, Microsoft, and Apple set the pace, constantly pushing the envelope.
So, it's not just about citing existing technology, but it is also about who can innovate the fastest.
Exactly. And the second factor is the talent pool. The US attracts top talent from around the world, thanks to its universities and the overall culture of entrepreneurship and innovation. This results in a highly skilled workforce driving into the industry forward.
So, how does Colombia stack up?
Well, Colombia is definitely growing in this space. The tech sector is thriving and the government is supporting startups and the innovation hubs. But the scale of investment and global talent isn't quite on the same level as the US yet. So, TechTrend is doing well domestically and it's encouraging to see the sector picking up steam there.
That makes sense. Now, expanding into a market like the US is no small feat. What strategies can tech trend use to differentiate itself from the competition?
Well, TechTrend has a few strong strategies up its sleeve. First, they can focus on a niche market or as cybersecurity for small and medium-sized business. For example, big tech companies often overlook this space, so there's a real opportunity for TechTrend to shine.
I think specialization is a smart move. But what about their brand? The US market is flooded with names and logos. How do they stand out?
Well, building a strong brand presence is crucial, so TechTrend can invest in marketing and public relationship to establish its reputation. Engaging with the tech community and platforms like LinkedIn, sponsoring tech events, and participating into trade shows are great ways to connect with potential clients and build visibility.
That's a solid approach. So TechTrend also has Colombian expertise. How
Yeah,
can that help them in the US?
I'm sorry, but yeah, that's a great point because they basically can leverage their success in Colombia as a unique selling point, highlighting their cost-effective solution and innovation. US clients might find this attractive, especially since they are offering quality service at a competitive price point. It's all about facing that they are proving themselves in a growing tech market like Colombia.
I see. Now let's talk about market research. How important is understanding the US customer base?
Well, it's absolutely essential. Market research helps tech trend understand the competitive landscape and customer preference. It's about tailoring their offerings to meet specific US needs and finding gaps that they can fill. For example, if they know US users prefer a certain type of interface, they can adjust their products accordingly to that.
Well, definitely crucial for product adoption. Speaking of partnerships, are there any key collaboration tech trends should consider in the US?
Absolutely. TechTrend could partner with US government programs which will showcase their tech capabilities on a larger stage. Government contracts offer credibility on the commercial side. Partnering with startups and accelerators is another route. This will allow TechTrend to mentor and build valuable connection within the US tech ecosystem.
Well, actually, that sounds like a strong approach to building credibility and connections. Well, now let's shift gears a little. How important is branding and marketing in all of this?
Well, for us, it's everything. In a crowded market like the US, strong branding is what sets a company apart. It helps build trust and loyalty with customers. A well-defined brand highlights tech trend strengths like their innovate and affordable tech solution and makes them memorable to their target audience.
And what about leveraging their success in Colombia? How can that help them in the United States?
Well, that's basically a key strategy. They can use case studies and testimonials from their work in Colombia to build credibility. Also, we could adapt to their solution for the US market while also showcasing their cultural and market understanding. Will make them stand out, and the participation in the industry events and investing in local talent will bridge any gaps and help them build a solid foundation.
Now let's wrap up by talking about niche markets. What are the risks and rewards of focusing on a specialized niche in the US tech industry?
Well, first of all, the rewards are significant. So, focusing on a niche reduce competition. So, let's tech trend build a strong relationship with clients and often allows for higher profit margin because of the specialized value they provide. They can also innovate faster and respond to customer feedback more efficiently.
That sounds great, but there must be risks too, right?
Definitely. For the other hand, the biggest risk is the bigger risk is that niche market are smaller. So scaling can be difficult. Niche market are also more susceptible to market change. Whether if achieved in technology or consumer preference, if tech trend relies too heavily in one niche, they could be vulnerable if the demand changes or competitors catch up.
So it's like a balancing act.
Exactly. They need to innovate and diversify just enough to stay competitive, but remain focused on what makes them the unique in the US market.
Well, that was a great breakdown of tech trend expansion strategy. Thanks so much for your insights today.
Thanks for having me. It was a great discuss, such an exciting group opportunity for TechTrend. So have a great day, Juan Manuel, and thank you for everything.
You too, Emmanuel.